Picture this, a once respected horse trainer's world crumbling under the weight of allegations that reveal a dark side of animal care, leaving dozens of horses in desperate need of rescue. It's a heart-wrenching story that's captured the public's attention and sparked fierce debates about how we protect our animals. But here's where it gets controversial. Is our current system doing enough? Or are there glaring loopholes that allow suffering to continue unchecked? Let's dive into the details and explore what this case really means for animal welfare in Australia. A former racehorse trainer from Victoria, known as Maxine Fraser, who sometimes uses the surname Galpin, has found herself at the center of a troubling investigation by RSPCA Victoria, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. This organization, dedicated to safeguarding animals across the state, recently seized dozens of horses from her property amid claims of severe neglect. The story exploded on social media when graphic photos of emaciated horses surfaced, igniting widespread anger and prompting a closer look at the rules governing animal treatment. For those new to this, RSPCA Victoria is a non-profit group that works tirelessly to prevent animal cruelty, often collaborating with authorities to enforce laws. In this instance, the viral images depicted horses that were dangerously underweight, alongside disturbing scenes of animal remains and what activists described as a mare that had been fatally attacked in a paddock shared with stallions, young colts, and newborn foals. It's a stark reminder of how overcrowding and poor management can lead to tragic outcomes. And it raises questions about whether such environments are safe for any animal. Fraser's background adds another layer to the narrative. Back in 2016, Racing Victoria, the body overseeing horse racing in the state, stripped her of her trainer's license, ruling that she wasn't deemed a fit and proper person to hold it. They cited substandard facilities that didn't meet basic requirements. She appealed this decision to the Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal, VCAT, in 2017, but unfortunately, her challenge was unsuccessful. Fast forward to now, and the RSPCA has ramped up its efforts with a second warrant executed on Thursday at her Mornington Peninsula property, resulting in the seizure of 35 horses. This isn't a small operation. It's a major undertaking involving a team of 10 experts on site to ensure the animals are safely transferred into RSPCA care. Liz Walker, the CEO of RSPCA Victoria, described it as a significant operation, building on a first warrant issued just last week that allowed them to act decisively. This requires a lot of specialized knowledge, and we've got a full team dedicated to it, she explained. We're committed to reassuring the public that we're using every tool available under the law to address this. It's reassuring to hear about such dedication, but it also highlights the complexities of enforcing animal welfare in real-world scenarios. Adding fuel to the fire is the involvement of the Farm Transparency Project, FTP, an animal rights group that has been vocal about the conditions. They reported a shocking incident where a mare named Willow was allegedly killed in a brutal confrontation with resident stallions, and her week-old foal was also said to have perished. FTP claimed they entered the property in September and found Willow's body partially buried. However, a closer examination of footage reviewed by 7news.com.au and shared on September 24th revealed a twist. The dead mare in the video wasn't the same one shown alive with a foal earlier. Instead, the footage showed a broodmare with a distended belly leaking blood and fluids, marked by puncture wounds that could stem from stallion attacks or a difficult birth. FTP later acknowledged the initial misidentification by protesters who provided the original footage. The RSPCA took the dead mare for an autopsy, and while it confirmed the animal's death, it determined there was no violation of animal welfare laws. This outcome has drawn sharp criticism from some quarters, with protesters questioning why the animals weren't removed sooner from Fraser's property. Led by Carly Wines, these activists have been sharing more images of thin horses, pointing to filthy conditions, too many animals in one space, and risky mixing of stallions and colts with mares and foals. One protester put it bluntly, "If I were Maxine, I'd give up the animals, sell the land, and enjoy a quiet life. It's way better than dealing with endless RSPCA and police visits." To honor the horses they believe have suffered, the group has tied white ribbons to the property's fence, a poignant symbol of remembrance and protest. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the public uproar, the RSPCA is hamstrung by existing legislation. Under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, POCTA, inspectors can only seize animals if there's a clear violation of the minimum care standards in the owner's welfare plan. This plan is a non-binding, private agreement that lets the accused keep control of the animals while supposedly improving conditions voluntarily over time. Critics argue this creates a loophole, as highlighted in a 2023 government review, allowing neglect to persist without immediate intervention. For beginners, think of it like a get-out-of-jail-free card in a board game. It delays action and relies on goodwill, which isn't always reliable. Even the local council, the Mornington Peninsula Shire, can't intervene directly. They have no specific bylaws or policies limiting the number of horses on a property, and they've declined to comment due to an unrelated ongoing inquiry. Racing Victoria, the racing authority, confirms Fraser isn't the registered owner of any active racehorses, and none at her property are currently competing. They're prepared to help rehome any thoroughbreds that are surrendered or taken into custody. Importantly, Fraser hasn't faced any charges yet, and despite multiple attempts, 7news.com.au couldn't reach her for comment. If you're concerned about animal cruelty in Victoria, you can report it to RSPCA Victoria or contact Victoria Police if an animal is in immediate peril. It's a simple step that can make a big difference. This case isn't just about one property. It shines a light on broader issues in animal welfare. Is the legislation outdated, allowing loopholes that protect owners at the expense of animals? Should groups like FTP have more power to act, or does that risk vigilantism? And what about the role of social media? Does it help expose problems, or does it sometimes spread misinformation, as seen with the misidentified mare? We invite you to share your views. Do you side with the protesters demanding stricter laws, or do you think the system needs more nuance? Agree or disagree? Let's discuss in the comments.